All right. Welcome to another episodic episode of Let's Be Real with Tyler and Juan. And we're here to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Quantumania happenings of Quantumania. It's been a little bit since we last seen or talked to you guys.
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks. So most of you have
Sorry.
just received your paychecks because you get paid bi-weekly. Yeah, so that's it. Welcome back.
Welcome back, and
we had to take a little break there.
Yeah.
So in the happenings of the break, what happened? What's new?
Saw Quantumania. That's what's new. I got to, me and my wife, we binged National Treasure: Edge of History.
Nice.
It's a good show.
Recommend?
5 out of 5. Yes, I recommend. Yeah, we don't do it. We don't do 1 through 10 here. We do 1 out of 5. I've been telling Juan to get on that show. It's really good. If you like history. If you don't, I question you.
I love history.
Oh, then you should watch it. Why haven't you watched it yet?
Honestly, I haven't had time.
Interesting.
Interesting. So yeah, and I guess in my time, I had WWE came to town. They came to Orlando.
It's not really town.
I went to. That's a town. I mean, you have to drive out of town.
Yeah, you got to
past
drive
a few towns.
almost 2 hours away. Yeah, that's nothing. It's local, right?
Yeah, I mean, for anybody outside of Orlando, that's local. All right. Yeah, WWE Monday Night Raw. I went there. Had fun time for 3 hours.
It was a great show as well.
It was a great show. First time ever seeing a steel cage match in person.
Did you like the steel cage match?
No.
It was very mid.
Yes, it was. I liked the fact that Lita came out at the end.
There's a reason she had to.
What was that? What was the reason?
The match was super mid.
The match was bad. Yeah,
the match was not good at all. If you're going to talk about a steel cage match, you better be getting thrown off the top. You better be getting thrown into the cage. There was not a lot of
that, no.
Yeah, there's been a lot of standards set with a steel cage match. Like a Triple H, Shawn Michaels,
Yep.
Mankind, Mick Foley, Undertaker, Kane. You can't think of a steel cage without thinking of War Games. I consider that still a steel cage match because
it's basically a steel cage match.
Steel cage match with 2 rings. So when you just have one on Raw, it's like, oh my gosh, that sounds great, but you guys did not.
Yeah, the build up to it was good, but the match was just bad.
Yeah, it made it seem like that they were gonna die. They were gonna put their lives on the line. They were gonna give us everything they had, and I just felt like
they did climb up to the top, and Becky got pushed off, right? Yeah, Becky got pushed off.
I feel like a CCW show would have been better with a steel cage match with Cha-Cha Charlie.
Cha-Cha Charlie.
I don't know why we brought up Cha-Cha Charlie.
Because Cha-Cha Charlie.
Cha-Cha Charlie? Is his name like Cha-Cha Charlie, or is he just stuttering?
No. That's funny. I never thought of
that. You're like, Charlie. Anyways. How's the new car?
Oh, yeah, I bought a new car. I
figured we can talk about it.
We can talk about it now. It's been long enough.
Yeah, you didn't. It's been like 3 weeks.
Bought a new car a lot earlier.
After his car exploded.
Yeah, with me inside it.
That's how he messed his finger up.
No, that was 2 days before. I planned on buying a car this year, but not as early as I thought. And
I remember you were talking about getting a Jeep at one point.
Man, I wanted a Jeep.
We both wanted Jeeps until I got one. Until I got inside of one.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is small.
Nope, never mind.
And
then I wanted a pickup truck, and then that didn't work out.
And you could have got yourself the Ford Ranger.
No.
Those things are nice, bro.
No, they're not.
What?
No, they're not.
4-door. They pull up to 7,700 pounds. What midsize truck is even doing that?
If I was going to get a midsize truck, I would have got a Tacoma.
Then you should have got a Tacoma. A Tacoma.
I couldn't afford it.
A Tacoma.
The circumstances beyond my control at that time, a couple weeks ago, I couldn't afford it.
I mean, just,
I planned on getting one in the middle of the year, and I couldn't do it. I had to absolutely get
No, when
one.
you become a manager at Publix, just trade your car in, even though you own it. Just trade it in for a truck.
I love this car.
Just buy another. Just buy a truck. Then.
I got a 2023 Toyota Camry SE in white.
Just buy a truck then and have two vehicles.
Very nice. No,
Why not?
what would I do with 2 cars?
I don't know. Hey, you want to go out in the truck? Yeah. You want to go out in the car? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to the beach in the truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you might want to get a food truck or something in the future. Just saying. You sniffing the mic right now?
No,
You were like,
I wasn't breathing in the mic either. I was holding my breath.
well, I breathe into this mic and I lick it because it's mine.
That's gross.
Tasty.
Metallic.
Metallic.
There you go.
Nobody uses this microphone but me. So
All right.
it's okay. But yeah, the most important episode. Actually, yeah, I would say this is like the most important episode, in the recent time. Because we talked about, Love and Thunder. We talked about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. We started with Love and Thunder. It was our very first episode.
We really did start
Yeah.
with Love and Thunder, man.
We did.
We're almost at 30 episodes.
That's it.
It's awesome. And then that's when the podcast ends.
Got a tipping time clock.
First season ends at episode 30.
Season
I
1.
don't know. What if we did seasons? You think we should?
No.
Okay. It was worth a shot. But I'm saying, yeah, our first episode ever was with Love and Thunder.
Yep.
And our last is with Quantumania. Nice.
Yep.
So, which
Yep.
Love and Thunder was okay.
Yep.
Black Panther was below okay. But I don't know, man. I rewatched that movie.
Now I can hear you.
I rewatched that movie,
Which one?
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Oh, you did. I haven't watched it yet.
I rewatched it, and I'm not gonna change my stance on it. Like I still give it the rating I had, which was a 3
Right.
out of 5. I just don't think any Marvel movie besides Multiverse of Madness is below a 3. But after watching Quantumania, I have to wait. Let me address this first. But I've rewatched Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and I don't hate it as much as I did when I first watched it, because I actually rewatched it and sat down and like rewatched it for what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of the ways I felt, I still feel the same with a lot of things. But I was like, there was a lot of things that I enjoyed a little more about it the second time I watched it. Like all the deaths. No, I'm kidding. And then watching Quantumania made me feel a lot different about Multiverse of Madness.
Okay. How?
Well, Loki, season 1,
Okay.
if you think about it, when Sylvie killed He Who Remains, which is another variant of Kang, who was the last one, pretty much the last one, because he stopped that multiversal war he mentioned in Loki.
Yeah.
She kills him. That was an incursion. That allowed Stephen Strange to do that spell for Spider-Man. That opened up a whole new realm for that. He literally did that thing. Kang died before that. So he was at the end of time. He was the one that controlled time.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, he dies. Strange does that because that took place after. Boom, goes crazy. That's why Multiverse of Madness was ridiculously, like, it seemed like everything was going on at once. It makes sense that so many incursions happened. That's what that whole movie was. So it kind of made sense a little more to me after watching Ant-Man Quantumania. And then now it comes back to Kang. And I don't know. It just made me kind of like really think about it. I was like, maybe that's why the movie was like that. So many incursions happening at once. America Chavez incursioning. The Illuminati's in that in that movie. Just too many things going on at once, but it makes sense because the guy that made time stable and structured the time with the TVA just got murdered. He just got stabbed by Sylvie.
Right.
That's just like my little take on that. I just was thinking about that today. What do you think of that?
I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I would have to rewatch the last episode of Loki, or the last 2 episodes of Loki. Because I don't really remember too much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have to go and rewatch Wakanda Forever.
Well, Wakanda Forever, I feel like it's like a real standalone movie.
No, it is. It is.
But it's still connected because they're talking about mutants, but it's also connected to... They can connect it with everything because Doctor Doom is going to end up showing up in one of these movies, and he's going to end up in Wakanda in one of these other movies to get vibranium, and that's just how they're going to connect it. But I don't know.
Yeah, I would have to rewatch, especially watching Ant-Man. I have to go back and rewatch the last 2 episodes of Loki. Maybe just rewatch the whole show.
Yeah, I actually rewatched it 2 weeks ago. Before I watched Quantum, I rewatched Loki, Multiverse of Madness, before Quantumania because I knew like Quantumania is all about multiverse and traveling and like incursions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Multiverse of Madness, Loki is all about that. So, and then you know how it ends, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else before we move forward?
Yeah, before we start talking about that, I went and saw Knock at the Cabin.
Yeah, we talked about that.
No, we didn't.
On our 2 weeks episode, like that would happen. Like,
no.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. The movie wasn't out yet when we did that episode.
You talked about how bad it was on the episode.
No.
I could pull it up right now.
Okay, pull it up. But we didn't because the movie wasn't out yet. The last episode we did was our most anticipated movies of 2023, and that was in January. And the movie came out in February.
I don't know about that.
Yes, that's
we
true.
talked about it. Well, Knock at the Cabin sucked, anyways. Well, that's what you told me at least.
I said that it wasn't the best, but I mean, I don't know. The message was weird. It's all about like end of time, and if you didn't do what Batista's character and Rupert Grant, which is what's his name, Ron Weasley in Harry Potter. If you didn't do what he said, like you certain disasters in the world would happen, like tsunamis and planes falling out of the sky and earthquakes and landslides, just like killing all these people. Like if you know what I mean. And if you didn't, and then they would sacrifice themselves. The movie was weird, and the twist was that. Well, it's spoilers. I don't want to spoil it, but that if you like M. Night Shyamalan, if you like those movies, and just go ahead and watch it, make your own opinion. But I just feel like it wasn't his best, but it definitely wasn't his worst movie. But I mean, if you like M. Night Shyamalan, it's definitely a watch on like a rainy day.
I don't know. On a rainy day?
Yeah, on a rainy day.
Not really watching those types of movies.
It's definitely one of those like isolated movies. Like it takes place in a cabin. Like it opens up in the cabin. The daughter of the two guys are she's playing outside. Batista's character comes up and talks to her, and the way the camera is, it's very close up on her face and very close up on his face. So it's kind of like it gives off that feeling like you're meant to be uncomfortable. Like this is an uncomfortable situation for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
One for the fact that she's a little girl and this is a stranger. The other fact that he's there to fulfill a purpose, which is if they don't follow that purpose, then they are going to die. It's very the way it was shot was good. I'll give you that. The way the movie was shot and filmed, like very wide establishing shots, a lot of things going on in the background. If you don't really pay attention, you're gonna miss. But and then especially those close-ups like that, meant to make you feel uncomfortable.
What do you rate it?
I would give it 3 stars, but it's like I said, it's one of those rainy day movies. Like you're stuck in one spot, you know, the characters are stuck in one spot. You can kind of relate a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Knock at the cabin.
Sounds like something that I will not be knocking on. But if you guys like those movies, you should just go watch it, because certain movies aren't made for people. Certain people like certain movies. That's what's great about them. There's a lot of movies. Movies are like opinions, you know. Everybody got them. Everybody likes them. And not everybody likes them either.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania.
Yep. You ready? Talk about this?
Yeah. Just have one question for you,
What's that?
if you don't mind.
We'll see.
Me asking. Can I ask you a question?
No.
All right. Well, this episode's ending. Thank you guys for watching. This might be our most viewed episode because it's the shortest. But you guys have a great night. Anyways, so I just have one question for you, man. Just
What's that?
Real simple.
Lay it on me.
So,
What do you?
how
Say-
did what?
What was it?
What was what?
What was the question?
How did Ant-Man win the Nobel Peace Prize?
The Nobel Peace Prize?
Mm-hmm.
How?
You don't want to guess?
Nope.
Oh man, this is boring.
No, I mean,
He was brilliant.
oh god.
He was brilliant.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No,
No
sir.
ma'am. Oh my gosh. Hey, Peter.
No, sir.
So how do you want to do this? Because I took a bunch of notes about the movie, but in my own personal like feelings and takes about it. It's not like I just, oh yeah, this. So I might say all these notes I have, and you might not even agree with any of them.
I just want to say,
Uh-oh.
right here at the 17-minute 50 mark,
Uh-huh.
from now on, it's gonna be spoilers about
I didn't even want to say anything about spoilers.
Quantumania. So if you haven't seen it, stop now.
Nope.
Go watch the movie,
Nope. Keep going.
and then come back and finish the rest of the episode.
Nah, man. I don't care. Keep
You don't
listening.
care about spoilers.
Keep listening. See
but
that?
I don't want us to get like sued because we spoiled the movie for somebody and we didn't give them a warning.
How can we get sued?
Man, you can get sued for anything.
You can't get sued.
You
for
can
that.
you can break your own ankle on your own house, and someone outside your house will sue you for breaking your own
You
ankle.
can't get sued for spoiling a movie.
Listen to me.
He has no idea what he's talking about.
Listen to me. If you have not seen this movie, do not get mad at us if you continue on past this minute.
Well, I'm gonna say, because look, there's people like me out there that don't care about spoilers,
Yes,
and
there
actually
is.
go find spoilers before the movie comes out.
Yes, there
just
are.
to know.
But there's a lot of people that, like me,
Spoil.
avoid trailers
Spoiler
just
gang.
to avoid getting spoiled.
See, and that's a problem.
So after this,
because
you have been warned. It is no longer our fault. We are not responsible for your antenna when you go to the car wash. And scene.
well, speaking of trailers, we are actually gonna start reacting to trailers.
Oh.
So, unless you want me to just react to them, because I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can literally do that.
I could do it with my eyes closed.
Just, hey, we can actually make that a thing. You wear like a blindfold where you're just like, yeah, oh, great. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that.
Yo, man, this is amazing.
Oh, put some clothes on.
Wow. but I can't react the way I want to. Like, oh my gosh, it's this guy.
No, she can they'll put the twist in the trailers.
Bro, but trailer reactions are great. People love seeing people react.
I didn't see a single trailer for Ant-Man Quantumania.
Well,
And I was surprised throughout the whole movie.
did you watch any of the Mandalorian trailer that's coming out?
Nope.
It's coming out March 1st.
I know that.
We're going to watch that trailer. Yes, we are.
I don't know.
Bro, how are we going to... Bro, dude, I'm trying to like... I don't want to. We can't just talk about movies and not like talk about the trailers. Like, there's so much more content out there besides just talking about the movie. Like, people love it.
I prefer teasers. 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. That's it. If it's 3 minutes.
That's
4
like
minutes,
a mini trailer.
Yeah, but it doesn't really show. It shows you. It establishes who's in the movie. Establishes the plot. Establishes what might happen. That's it. That's it. When you go and they got like 5-6 minute trailers, and it's like
I've never seen a Marvel movie with 5-6 minutes.
I'm not talking about Marvel.
That's what. Well, that's pretty much what we're going to be covering for a good while because of the movies and stuff they have coming out.
I know, but I'm not talking about Marvel. I'm talking about
Star Wars. Don't have 5-6
trailers.
minutes.
I'm not talking about Star Wars. I'm talking about.
But I'm telling
trailers.
you about movies and trailers that we're interested in watching. Are we not?
Yes.
So those don't have 5-6 minute trailers.
No, but there are movies that have. Okay, there are movies that like trailer spot number 1, trailer spot number 2, trailer spot number 3, number 4, number 5. Jurassic World did that, and I was
5
like,
trailers.
How much more of the movie?
5 trailers?
Yes.
That's
Like,
too
how
much.
much
I
more-
feel like movies just need one trailer. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't watch them at all, because it's like, if I watch those all, that's it. I don't need to see the movie.
They just let's just react to the first trailer that comes out then.
All right. Because there's the trailer that they release for YouTube.
Yep.
Then there's the trailers that they release for Instagram,
Which is
and
the same one as
TikTok.
YouTube.
Sometimes, and then there's the trailers for TVs.
Which
Which
the
I
ones on the
have-
TV are the longer ones.
There's the shorter ones.
Those are okay.
There's the
That's what I
shorter
meant
ones,
to say.
and the
shorter
ones on YouTube are longer. Usually about 2.5 minutes, 2-3
Yeah.
minutes.
Even if they're that much, even if they're that long. I'm just glad that the movies that we're gonna be reacting to and reviewing aren't really. The trailers haven't been super long.
Right. Well, what Marvel does is
They do it the right way.
They will record stuff. They will film stuff that is just for the trailer, and it's not even in the movie.
Which is good.
But some movies don't do that.
They'll
Like
take
I watched the trailer for one of the Terminator movies.
and everything
came
in
out
the
a
trailer
couple
was in
years
the
ago.
movie.
The major twist of the movie was in the trailer. Like the movie, I don't.
Yeah, that's not smart. That's not like smart.
Like John, turns out, if you don't watch the trailer, you'll be surprised. But if you watch the trailer, you know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna spoil it because everybody hated that movie.
Just spoil it.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to say it. I was like, it's not a spoiler because everybody hated it.
I didn't even watch it.
John Connor was a Terminator the whole time. Why would you put that in the trailer? Right? That's like a major that changes the whole dynamic of all the Terminator movies.
Mm-hmm. The whole time.
He was a Terminator the whole time. It's like when you go watch Terminator Salvation, which is the one where they're actually in the war with Christian Bale. And at the end, like you see like the guy who's the main character of the movie, he's half Terminator. If they would have put that, he didn't know, and if they would have put that in the trailer, I wouldn't have wanted to go and seen that movie.
Exactly.
Because that was a major. Oh, he's Terminator the whole time. Jeez, that's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like with certain movies, when you put the whole like plot twist in the trailer, you're just not a good producer.
Or the movie's gonna be bad.
Yes, well that's exactly what it is. When the movie's not gonna be that good, they put the best stuff in the trailers.
Right.
Which I appreciate with Marvel. They don't put the best stuff in the trailers. Like you said, they just film stuff for the trailer.
Right. Like, I saw the trailer for Infinity War, and they had showed the Hulk inside the Hulkbuster. That wasn't a trailer. But in the movie, it wasn't.
Yep.
It was Bruce Banner, because Hulk was scared of Thanos.
Yep.
So that's cool. It's like you look for that and there's not in there.
See, they do it right.
That's
we don't got to worry about that stuff with them. But
other movie like Scream, I saw the short teaser for that. It set up the location and the characters, and that was it. That was a minute. That's all I need.
Yep, that's enough to get you talking about
That's
it.
enough to get me watching the movie. That's you got me. Knock at the Cabin. That was it. 30 seconds. You got me hooked. I wanted to see it.
You got me hooked.
It was a 30-second trailer. You knock on the cabin. And then the two people are tied to the chairs, and it says, "The world's coming to an end. We need your help." And that's it.
Sounds like quite a. Hey, we're gonna tie you to this chair because the world needs. We need help. Yeah, but
I'm eating peanut M&Ms, by the way. The best M&Ms.
You're entitled to that.
They're the least sweet M&Ms.
You're entitled to that opinion. My favorite M&Ms are the or the blue ones?
The blue ones.
Yeah.
The pretzel ones.
No, just the blue M&M. They taste the best.
The bag. No, there's no flavor.
That's pointless. They're trying to skittle the way into that.
No, the colors represent all the different M&Ms, all the different flavor bag M&Ms.
Well,
Like the yellow guy is the peanut M&M, so he's got a yellow bag.
who's red?
The red guy is the classic M&M, which is the brown bag.
Mm-hmm.
The green ones are, it's the girl,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't have a specific flavor. I think just the bag is just green.
Mm-hmm.
The orange M&M, that's the pretzel, but that's in the blue bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a slightly darker orange one, which is the caramel one, which is also in a blue bag. I don't know. They need to come up with new bag colors.
Or just not have any other color M&Ms. Just keep the yellow.
And then the mini M&Ms are apparently their children.
That is a new way to look at life.
What?
Awesome. You're eating their children.
I don't eat mini M&Ms.
You have.
The one in the little tubes, you should shoot them as a
Little.
kid.
Imagine. Could you imagine? You're just bunch of little children in there. You shaking it up. Just eating it. And there you go. You just murdered M&M
That's fine.
children, kids.
Anakin Skywalker.
Oh my god. Oh gee. Mr. Anakin, what do we do?
There's too many of them.
What do we do? This is what I do. All the younglings. All the younglings with
Like
a side
Emperor-
of pride.
Emperor Palpatine goes, "Hey, all right, go gather up all the children at the temple. We will train them to be Sith Lords. One problem.
And he kills them all. Which I didn't understand that.
He hated all Jedis.
That's what I'm saying. He wanted to train them up.
Nope.
And he's like, no.
He hated all Jedis, so he eradicated them. Put him in the
He
incinerator.
cauterized them if you really think about it. So, ready to move forward?
Yep.
All right, man. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
All right, spoiler
Quantumania.
time.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania. Let me hear your thoughts. Great. I can't look, man. I know you said you want to just go off of my notes, but we can't just go off the notes the whole time because it's my own opinions. It's not like
Well, no, I mean there's points, there's story points that we can go off of.
really.
So like the movie,
I don't know about that.
the movie opens up right with Scott Lang.
Scott Lang.
He's like walking, he's narrating his own like
Third person talking about himself.
he's like it's in his head, right? He's like narrating what he's doing, I guess, kind of. He's talking about his life and everything like that. And he's going to the shops. Everybody's like happy to see him. Hey, it's Ant-Man. He goes to the coffee shop. The guy thinks he's Spider-Man.
He's like, hey, thank you so much, Spider-Man.
Yeah, have a nice day, Spider-Man. And then just hanging out. He gets a phone call, right? I'm sorry. He's questioning he's not questioning he's very excited that everybody's like excited to see him and that he's a superhero and that he helped save the world and everything like that. Then he gets a call that Cassie, his daughter, is in prison or is in jail. Not prison, jail. There's a difference. And goes and picks her up. And then it turns out he has his own book. He wrote a book about it. About being an Avenger. Yep.
That's it for you?
I mean, that's the opening part of the movie.
Yeah.
I like the way they did it. It didn't feel like a Marvel film in the beginning. It just felt like a regular film, like establishing, all right, this is your main character, this is the love interest, this is the daughter. You know what I mean? Like this is like the points, the most important people in his life. You kind of forget that it's a Marvel film until like he's talking about saving the world, he's talking about being with the Avengers, and he's talking about when he goes to the coffee shop and the guy calls him Spider-Man. It didn't the first like 2 minutes didn't feel like a Marvel film. It felt just like a regular Paul Rudd film, which was cool because I like Paul Rudd.
Yes, Paul Rudd I like Paul Rudd. He was perfect for Ant-Man, by the way.
Yeah, perfect casting. You know who we didn't see? We didn't see Michael Pena in this movie.
I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
This was more so about Scott Lang
Reconnecting with
as
his
the
daughter.
father, reconnecting with his daughter, and just focusing on the Pims. and Janet's story.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It wasn't even really about like Scott and what's her name? Hannah, I think, or Hope.
Hope,
Yeah, Scott and Hope.
which is the Wasp.
It wasn't like it didn't feel like their movie.
But
In
they're
a
the
way.
superheroes.
Yeah, it was more so like the plot was more so built around Janet. You know?
Right, because
Her
she spent 30 years in the quantum realm. And
that unfaithful woman.
unfaithful.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You don't remember? She's like, yeah, me and that guy, I got to know that guy.
Oh.
She's like, I had needs. It was 30 years. He goes, and then,
He goes, I had needs too.
and then they kept calling him Hank and Henry.
Yeah, I don't know why. His name is Hank Pym.
But they kept saying
But
Henry.
she's the only one that calls him Henry.
So what I'm saying, but you've heard that name more. You heard two different names for him. Hank is like, yeah, I had needs. It was 30 years. I had needs too. It just didn't work out for me.
Yep.
But I kind of got Scott Lang had. I wrote down Scott Lang has Tony Stark vibes in this movie. He's famous and rich now. He's a typical superhero celebrity. He's been the typical father, afraid that his daughter will follow his footsteps and try to be a version of him. And I wrote, he needs to realize that his daughter. He needs to realize he needs his daughter more than anything right now, and she needs her father, Scott Lang. And then I just wrote, and then I went on a rant about Janet. That I wrote that pretty much. That was like everything you explained. That's literally what I wrote with that. Like
Right.
He needs her, and she does need him.
We go pretty quickly into the quantum realm here.
Yeah, literally right after that.
Like the movie, like as soon as like they establish,
Right after that, we're in the quantum realm.
Right, as soon as they establish some of the talking points of the movie that's going to be brought up later on throughout the movie, we end up in the quantum realms, and Cassie ends up building like this probe type thing that you can send down into the quantum realm, which sends its signal back up to the surface. I don't even know what to call where we are, because they're in the same. We're on the same planet, right? They didn't go to a different planet, but
No, they don't even know where Earth is.
yeah, they don't even know Earth. So I guess the surface, but yeah, and that's how Kang the Conqueror finds them. Was it by that signal? And then they end up getting sucked in there, and they fall down. She says that they are past. So there's like certain ways you can go super small, right? So there's like, if you go subatomic, you're like the same size or smaller than like the germs that we have on everywhere around us. That happens in the first movie, and then it also happens again in the second movie, which that's how we get Janet back from the quantum realm. They end up going down there and pulling her out. But they went past subatomic, and then we see that there's like a ship and everything, and then we find out there's like a whole civilization down there. There's this whole like world, and they're at war, and like it's crazy. Like I didn't think there'd be other things down there. They look like humans, but they don't know that they're not technically humans, but they're not aliens and they're not germs because they look like us.
Yep.
It's crazy, and they have their own. There's like these things down there that they ride. There's this stuff made of goo. If you drink the goo, you can speak their language. You can understand what they're saying. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, it is crazy. I'm just going through my notes, and after I wrote that they need each other, that's when they ended up in the quantum realm, and I said, Janet Pym knows something and isn't telling the group for some strange reason. Only time will tell what happens in this situation. I really like how Hank Pym is trying to play the peacemaker between Hope and Janet. Something seems off with Hank and Janet in this situation.
Well, they spent 30 years apart.
30 years apart.
They There's still technically.
Also, that was during the whole thing where they're flying on that big. It was it looked like a manta ray.
Yeah, look at the
They were flying on that thing, going to different destinations, and then they ended up at the bar.
Yep.
That was around that time.
And Bill Murray shows up.
Lord Kryler.
Bill Murray.
Lord Kryler. What'd you think of that?
He turned out to be a bad guy.
He is a bad guy. He works for He.
He works for He. And then there was this. There was this thing that he drank, with it looked like an octopus inside it. He's like, "Don't. If you never had this, don't try it."
Yeah.
Which like no one's ever had that except for you or the people that are down there.
Yeah, it had like this live little animal in it. Drank it, and then you eat the animal.
Yeah, he ate it.
It's just weird. I kind of got Star Wars vibes when.
This movie definitely did feel like Star Wars vibes, especially when they were like,
to me the bar scene.
The bar scene, but also when they were getting to the bar where they
the surroundings. They had the hoods on.
Yeah, the hoods on. They were trying to
the way they were riding on that thing. It had like it was very. I mean, same Disney owns both, so it's like oh, okay, kind of gives me the Star Wars vibes. Even the background, like it had like it looked like sand.
Yeah,
like just kind of like where they were, and just it's yeah.
So they fell down, but they all went in there. But Cassie and Scott are separated from Hank, Janet, and Hope. They're trying to find each other, but Cassie and Scott end up running into these like primal type people. They live out in the jungle. They have their own other civilization. They're hiding from King the Conqueror, which hasn't come up yet. Like you see him in a flashback that Janet has that says that, I met somebody down here. I left him here.
Lord Kryler.
What?
That was Lord Kryler.
No, that wasn't Lord Kryler. That was what's his name?
No, that's literally who she talked about. That's the guy that she met down there and left him for 30 years. She left him. It was Kryler.
But that's not what she said in the beginning. She wasn't talking about Lord Kryler. She was talking about King the Conqueror.
Yes.
Because that's the way it showed. Like he showed up. She said, "What is this place?" And then she said, she said, "I left him."
Left him, yes. Well, I remember when she said that twice in the movie because she said that to Hank. She's like, "Yeah, I left this guy down here. I left him," which was Kryler, referring to, "Oh, you dated somebody?" It just got easily confused with that. But yes, she escaped and came back after she left. He down there, or him.
So he drank. Cassie tells Scott to drink the ooze, and they were chanting this thing, and then he drank the ooze, and what they were chanting was drink the ooze.
Yeah, drink the ooze. Yeah, I got like I said, I got Star Wars vibes when Scott and Cassie got saved from the group of savages in the quantum realm. And I said Janet Pym is a scrapper. And something doesn't seem right. I don't trust her. Scott drinking the ooze reminded me of Finding Nemo when they introduced Nemo to the Ring of Fire.
Yes.
In my opinion, Janet is the ultimate heel. She knows too much info, and she still isn't telling Hank or Hope anything. And then I said, right now, this is at the bar. Because remember, they went back and forth between where Scott and Cassie were. So, and then I said, broccoli guy is a stalker. I even told that to you in the movie. Yeah. I was like, "You stalker."
He comes up and he starts hitting on.
He's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh, what a stalker!"
Right.
Lord Kryler is weird. Cassie offering help to the freedom fighter is great in my opinion, but saying she shouldn't be here was very interesting. And then this is about Janet. Apparently, her leaving everyone with him has made everyone turn against her.
Right, because she was a freedom fighter.
And then I said she is a liar and has lots of secrets, and she has kept from her family. It seems like Lord Kryler works for him. The bar fight was epic. Cassie and Scott remind me of Kate Bishop and Hawkeye. It's everything we didn't know we needed. And then
Speaking of the bar fight, that was pretty cool. And then Hope hits the... She throws one of the pin particles that enlarges stuff.
and it enlarged
that
that big
octopus,
thing.
yeah.
And it grabbed people.
It was eating guys. It was...
Yeah, and then the quantum realm is the only place where buildings have life.
Yeah. It was like, your building's alive? And he's
Wait,
like, yours are dead?
Yours are dead. The move
That little thing, I don't know what his name is, but that gives people the ooze. He's like, you just drank me.
I think it has something to do with the ooze.
Yeah, he is the ooze.
And he's like, you just drank me. But what did you think about, like...
But I thought it was funny. It was like, the guy that can read minds.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
He came up.
You're like, stop thinking that.
Yeah.
Stop thinking that.
I like the little thing asked Scott, like, it went into your hole. He's like, how many holes do you have? And then
He
the
goes,
guy that read
7.
mind goes, he has 7 holes. But the guy that can read minds, that's pretty cool. That's like, that's a blessing and a curse kind of power to have. Because you get to know what people are thinking, especially what they're thinking of you. But then you can also hear everybody else's thoughts, whether they're perverted or, maniacal, whatever.
Could you imagine that? Just hearing all the thoughts of your coworkers?
Oh, man.
You'd just be like, dang, really? That's how you feel today?
I really get to know how much they hate me.
You'd be like, wow, really? Dang. Interesting.
But though, it's easy to find out if someone has a crush on you, though.
Oh, gosh. It's funny you'd bring that up. Why you brought that up?
Huh?
Why'd you bring that up?
Because that's where everybody's mind's going to go. So they're going to go, do they want to kill this place or do they love me?
It's like, oh, love me.
Love a girl. Okay.
Love a girl.
What's next?
Oh, I mean, I put the quantum realm is the only place where buildings have a life. And we've met MODOK already at this point.
Yeah, you were like, I want to see the guy with the big floating head. I was like, who's that?
Well, yeah, because there was rumors that MODOK would be in there. And it's sad, MODOK did die in the movie.
But I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, you ever seen like the big, like the MCU, the Avenger posters? And you got that guy floating with the big like head? That's MODOK.
Okay. Which turns out to be...
He ends up being a good guy.
No, but it was the guy...
Darren
from the first movie who had the beast suit.
Which was Pym's protege.
Right. He had the beast suit. I don't remember him getting decapitated in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I probably just missed that part or just blocked it out.
But at the time when we saw MODOK, I was like, man, this dude's a really good villain. Like, he would make a really good villain. And I said, MODOK is amazing. Finally, we see another villain that will make the MCU better.
I like when he's sitting. It looks like he's sitting in a chair, right, floating around, and then he's like, "Oh, Scott goes, oh, you got baby legs," and he looks down and his legs go up. He's like, I don't have baby legs.
Yeah. Well, also remember the thing about MODOK is the one that brought Scott and the group to the quantum realm for
he found the signal.
Yeah, he's the one that sent the signal out for him.
Yeah.
And then I put Kang is what he needs to be, and him telling Janet that she saved his life was a great way to show his true colors. How manipulative Kang is.
Very. She didn't know what he was actually capable of until she was helping him rebuild his ship. He said he crashed here, he was traveling, but that's not true. Once she touched the core, which powers the ship, she saw everything that he did. He was actually banished to the quantum realm with no way of getting out. But the only way he could get out is if he fixed that. If he fixed the core. But he didn't know how, so he was trapped. Luckily, Janet was probably one of the best scientists on Earth in her time.
Yep.
And was able to help him fix it.
Yes. But
when she saw everything, she sabotaged it. She enlarged the thing. She enlarged the core, 50 times its size,
Mm-hmm.
and which trapped him there again. And then right after that, he was chasing her. He was trying to kill her, or at least trying to like enslave her and to help like fixing it again. But then that's when she got pulled out by Scott.
Yep.
In the previous movie.
Yeah. I thought it was cool when the little war they had at the end was really cool. When the freedom fighters or the savages, that's what I just call them, the savages. Before
That's
I found
what
out
that
they were
mean. That's
freedom
what
fighters.
yeah.
Remember when they helped him escape from the jail, and then the ooze ran out in front of the bullets, and he started getting shot. And he's like, I have holes.
He like Kirby's everybody.
Bro,
like,
I'm not gonna lie, that was a little creepy. I was like, whoa, what the freak?
Yeah, he became like Kirby from Nintendo.
He's like, and they're like, I didn't know he could do that.
Yeah.
And then Cassie, figuring out how to enlarge her body to be as big as like the same size as her dad.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool.
I liked seeing her running when she was tiny. It was funny. Yeah.
And then when she's big,
She's like, I'm so hungry. Yeah. Yeah, I could eat everything. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad. Also, when they went,
I love. He was trying to tell her. Scott was trying to tell her like, you have to like get your timing down right. You have to like push your button and like jab at the same time for it to work. Because, you know, his thing is he'll get small, go behind him, and then get big and punch him at the same time, and then go back to being small again. She was trying to do that, and she kept missing her timing. So she would either get small and try to jump and hit him, or she would try and jump and hit him, and then afterwards, after she failed, get big again.
Yeah, I really like seeing the character development with the superhero, like her being like a hero. What? What?
Savannah just being Savannah.
What'd she say?
She replied to our Instagram story. My friend saw without me. She was literally invited and said no. Listen, Savannah.
You got to make this a clip. Savannah, listen to here.
Listen to here.
We invited you to go to the. What the heck?
What just happened?
You can't.
Can you hear me?
What? Oh wait.
Oh, you came unplugged.
Oh, there we go.
Your ears are done.
Savannah, we invited you to come out to the movies with us. And you said, no, I got other things to do. Which we respectfully said, all right, no problem. Because you mentioned your mother.
Yes.
And we were just like, all right, respectfully, when mothers are involved, we don't want to even get mad.
That's it.
So, how you going to get mad about that?
Yeah.
You know what, man? Like, anyways, before we were rudely interrupted by Savannah. Yeah. Her like going through the development of becoming a hero.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the whole Miles Morales.
Oh yeah.
In the Spider-Verse movie.
I like that movie.
Very like kid-like and just not. He kept sticking to everything and messing up everything. He's like, you just gotta relax. You gotta relax your mind. You gotta think about something. She's really trying to get this timing down, and it's just to watch their struggle. And I'm like, man, just a.
She has a
Miles
suit
Morales.
as well.
Yes, she does.
Which is cool. It's black and purple.
And her dad didn't know about it right away.
No, because he wouldn't have wanted her to have a suit because, like, I mean, not saying that Hope and Scott have powers other than the PIM particles, but
what I want to ask,
she hasn't been properly trained, and
I want to see if we're on the same page here. Which version of Scott Lang was your favorite in this movie?
Oh, when my favorite one was the Baskin Robbins one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like Baskin Robbins.
He's
Scott
like,
Lang
his name was. Did you need his name tag said Jack?
Yeah, it did.
And then you hear somebody way far away. Does he have ice cream?
Like just
he's like, why are you dressed like that? What do you mean? This is my uniform. I work at Baskin Robbins.
Just the fact that he
do you
showed
have
up.
Ice cream?
Just the fact that he showed up as Baskin Robbins Scott Lang. That was a pretty cool scene.
It was.
Everybody started freaking out, and they started dying, and he just made it back. Yeah, I thought. Oh no, but I thought that was really cool. But him and Kang ended up having like a deal. Remember?
Yeah.
He helps Kang, and he keeps his daughter alive or whatever, and Kang kind of goes against that deal. He's like, we had a deal. Oh, your daughter will be fine without you. You know? But, yeah, so what else?
So he gets trapped, right? Kang gets trapped inside his device.
Yeah, we're not even there yet.
Oh.
We're, I mean, there's so much more to talk about. I mean, I wrote right here, I said, I love how Kang, I think this is when he just, remember he approached them before all this other stuff happened. He said, I love how he told Janet he is going to win. Just like in Loki. Remember Loki? He was like, you either keep me alive and we just stay here, or you kill me and I'll end up back here again.
I'm just his variants.
Well, he's just like, I'll end up back here again, just like he did last time. And that means he's always just going to win. So when he said, he's going to win, and then also him saying time isn't what you think is deep because of the context that he said it in. And that made me think about Loki. That made me think about Multiverse of Madness. Just all that was about time. And then because of Janet, lots and lots of people died. Remember that? When she stayed there for 30 years, people died.
People did die.
Because of Kang. She's the ultimate heel. But continue, my friend.
A bunch of stuff like popped in my head.
Like what?
We were just talking, like going back to the beginning when he was narrating. I don't know if it was the beginning or the end. Oh no, it was the beginning. He was talking about his book when in Endgame when they were trying to figure out time travel and Hulk turning him into a baby. He's like, yeah, and Hulk turned me into a baby. Does that make me his baby? Am I the Hulk's baby?
That fourth wall stuff is awesome. But you want to go get more into like the end?
Yeah.
We're talking about?
So.
And this time, MODOK is literally following around Cassie this whole time, trying to kill her. Remember that? And when they were all fighting at the end.
MODOK traps Cassie and Scott, and that's when Kang shows up and offers.
That one was really good.
Offers Scott the deal, like if you help me, Cassie's alive, or you know what I mean, or I'll kill her if you don't help me, whatever. He starts to torture her a little bit, and also torturing Scott at the same time. And he's like, "All right, I'll help you as long as you don't harm her."
Yeah, and then that's when he went into that.
That's when they go. He jumps inside
where the original crash happened, like the explosion. Him and Janet were.
Right. He jumps inside there. That's when we see all the different
Baskin Robbins.
That's when we see all the different Scotts. So they're possibilities.
You got ice cream?
They're all possibilities of all the decisions that he could make or could have made, and then how the result was going to happen. Like if he got big, he would get shredded. If he went too small, he would get stepped on, by the other possibilities.
So he just remained normal.
And then he remained normal, and then you have to remain calm. If you panic, you also die, and then you'd be looking for ice cream.
Hey, you got ice cream? And after that, he got what he needed.
Yep, and then
he went back to Kang.
So Kang took Cassie after Hope went and saved Scott.
Yep. That's right. She did jump in there and save him.
Yes. And I liked how he was trying to reach Darren. He's like, Darren, can you hear me? Darren? MODOK? Yeah.
Yeah. Darren was a funny villain. Even I hate that he died.
Yeah.
But
I mean, after that, there's really nothing for him to do.
But I mean, MODOK though I enjoyed MODOK a lot.
Yeah.
He's like, Darren, MODOK, yeah. I just really thought that was your petty, funny villain. But he died a hero.
He did. That's how I guess
he didn't go out as a D word.
That's why he needed to die, because he didn't remain a villain.
Remember that?
Yeah, I
Hey,
remember.
don't be a. My name's Darren, and I'm not a. I was like, oh my gosh, that was clever. That was clever. But yeah, we're getting to the end of the movie.
Yeah, we are.
They had that battle.
There's a
with
big fight.
Kang on the bridge. The ants came back.
Oh yeah, the ants. So the ants came back. They lived. He said they lived 1,000 lifetimes.
Yep.
And they built their own colonies, and they had like.
Yeah, he ended up.
They built their own technologies.
So that's what that signal was that Hank kept saying.
He kept hearing he kept hearing all these things. You know what I mean? And there were the ants like reaching out to him, trying to find him, and they were massive. They had like armor on, and they had like all this different technology. They had their own ships and stuff. That was pretty cool.
And then they took Kang away. The ants did.
They did.
Yeah, they carried him away. I was like, oh man, dang, he didn't die.
No, he didn't.
He technically didn't die in the movie, anyways.
I thought he got trapped.
Yeah, he went back into his own device. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He didn't die. Like he wasn't murdered. He wasn't like killed. He was not defeated in battle. It was.
But so Scott got really big. Started coming through and like breaking, like Kang's like citadel that he built.
Yeah.
He's like knocking stuff over, and then Cassie gets real big, and she breaks out. She gets real small. She breaks out. She helps break out the other chick.
The
what's her
fighters.
name?
I don't know her name.
It starts with like an S or something like that. Anyway,
we'll just call her Savannah.
She breaks her out, and they start fighting, but then she gets real small and escapes, and then she gets really big and starts breaking stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was really cool. And then Kang and Scott, like, they fight each other, right? Or or did I just jump?
You kind of jumped because there was like a little like the ants took Kang away. And then they went and saw MODOK.
Oh yeah, and then they tried to go home.
MODOK died.
Right, MODOK died.
They were in that area.
And then
to go home, and
they
then
opened up the.
Cassie went through. Hank went through.
Yeah, they opened up a small portal.
And Janet went through the portal.
And then Hope went through as well.
Yes. So it was only Scott.
Scott didn't go through because
Kang stopped him.
And
I was like, man, Ant-Man's about to die.
Yeah, because like Kang is real strong.
Bro, Kang was.
But Ant-Man, like he fought along with Avengers. He fought along with Thor and Captain America. And Captain America probably taught him how to fight because Captain America used to be a boxer in the 30s.
Man, Kang the Conqueror. I was like, this is it. If this is where Scott Lang was supposed to die, this is perfect right here. Dying in the honor of trying to fight for his family, keep them alive. But right as you think Scott's going to die or Kang's going to run through the portal, and this was a good fight.
Yeah.
Scott was on the ground, and then Kang is about to break through the portal. Hope blasts him.
Through the portal,
and then she ends up back in there, blasts him again, keeps blasting him and blasting him. Scott's just watching it, and then he eventually gets pinned against his device.
Yep.
And then he ends up being taken in. He ends up going into his device, like literally.
Right, but that's not the final. That's not the final version of Kang.
No, I know it's not.
I know. I'm just saying. Like I'm just
establishing.
Like,
well, it's the only version right now. Because remember, after Kang died in Loki, it kind of restarts the whole timeline with Kang.
Mm-hmm.
He controls time. His whole thing is crazy. He was at the end of time in Loki.
Right.
And he said to them, "Hey, you kill me now, I'll just end up back here anyways." And then he said, "See you soon." And then the first variant of Kang we see is Kang the Conqueror. So
his powers are cool. He goes, and then like everything blows up around him.
Bro, oh my gosh. What's the guy's name? Jonathan. What the actor?
Oh, I don't know.
Jonathan something. Not Myers. The dude is a great actor. I just want to know your final thoughts on the movie.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors, bro. Amazing job. But what are your thoughts on this movie? Your final thoughts on the movie? Not asking for a rating, just your final thoughts.
I thought the movie was good.
No, on the no, like the final thoughts, like towards like just the ending.
What do you mean?
Your final thoughts on the ending, like to close out, like just the closing out of the movie.
I thought it was good. They went back to narrating, but this time he was a little more concerned because he said if I was to kill him, like, I would be killing the world. Like basically, he's like, did I just kill the whole world? Nah,
Yeah,
I'll be fine.
because Kang did say something that about something like that, like a war that's gonna be bad. It's gonna be just as worse as everything else.
Right.
But my thoughts were, Kang is the new Thanos. I love how good of a manipulator Kang the Conqueror is. Hank found his ants in the quantum realm. This is what Bug's life should have been like. Kang is still alive. He's the MCU's greatest villain so far. I'm all in on Kang. That was literally the last thing I wrote at the end of the movie. He's the greatest villain so far. I'm all in on Kang.
I think for me, it's too early for me to say something like that. But
seeing him in Loki as a different version, and then him, this Kang the Conqueror is like him and his like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like him seeing him as King the Conqueror is like Superman going rogue. You know what I'm saying? Like just that type of power.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciated. And then the end credits. What did you?
We got two. We got a mid credit scene and we got a post credit scene.
The mid
credit scene was.
Oh, the one about his other variants.
Yes, it was about King's other variants. There was thousands of different variants.
They all look just like him too.
Well, yeah.
It's just crazy. Like,
but there's only a couple like you can tell it's him, but they look a little different. Like there's the Egyptian one. There's like the Mongolian one. There's all these different type of ones.
This Kang Dynasty.
There's one that has glasses, and then
remember.
Yeah.
2026? The Kang Dynasty's coming out.
That's that movie.
And that's I'll just say it, this was a perfect start for this next phase of Marvel and leading up to that, because this I kind of resurrected Marvel right now. That's how I feel. Because the last two movies, they were like,
Yeah.
This was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, the Star Phase 5, I thought this was pretty solid.
Marvel, yeah, they
the theater was packed.
It was.
Ours was sold out.
So, anything else before we give these beautiful people a rating on this movie?
The post credit scene.
The second one.
It opens up with Loki.
With Mobius and Loki.
Loki and then Lightning Queen.
Wow.
Ka-chow. And then there's what was his name?
Jonathan Majors.
No, the magician.
Well, I know it was Kang.
It was Kang. It was a variant of Kang, but he was a magician in whatever time period it was. It was an older time period. It was probably like I don't know, 40s, 50s, maybe even before that. But they're like, oh, there he is. That's him. You know what I mean? So that's gonna set up Loki season 2 and then the next Marvel movies to come. You looking it up?
Yeah, just want to see the guy's name.
You just type in Ant-Man, Quantumania.
That's what I did.
End credit scene. Post credit scene.
Victor Timely.
Victor Timely is the magician's name.
And he is yet another time travel identity of Kang.
Yep.
In the scene, Victor is explaining how time shapes everyone's lives, but it might be possible to shape it in return.
Because you've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't you kind of wonder how much has he seen at that point. Like, has he gone back or has he gone forward? Has he been all the way to the end of time?
Technically,
Or has he, like, this? I mean, this version of the magician version of has
Victor
he
Timely.
seen like everything, or what has he seen? Or maybe was he visited by one of the other versions of himself and was like, hey, if you do this, you can be this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have to wait till season 2 of Loki to find out.
He who remains is the one that was at the end of time.
Is that the final version of Kang?
Well,
or is that just one of?
Well, if you hear how he spoke,
yeah,
he said, "I ended the multiversal war."
Which just now we are just starting to get into the multiverse.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So it's like it's pretty much like I said. That's why it's like they wrote it like he's like, "I ended the multiversal war," and it's just doing this again, just going back because he said, "I will end up here again."
And then you see, like, when they killed him, you see all the timelines like splitting at the end of like Loki season 2, like all the different timelines.
Everything was out of order. There was no structure, and that's what Kang did with the TVA. He made the TVA,
right?
So now him and the TVA are no more because timeline. Everything's crazy.
Everything's split.
Everything is its own.
Right.
So that's what started the multiversal war. Are you okay?
It's mirrored. So when I do this, I feel like I don't have an arm.
But so what is your what are your like what not your rating yet, but like what is your thoughts and how are you thinking about these other movies coming out in Phase 5?
I don't even know what's next. I don't even know what's the next Marvel movie.
Really?
I don't.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes out in May.
Okay. But I don't think that they're looking for Gamora, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're
which they showed Gamora in the trailer in the theater.
But that's the other version of Gamora.
Yeah, I know, but they still show Gamora.
Yeah, but he's looking for the one that.
Yeah, he's looking for the real Gamora.
Not the real Gamora. He's looking for the Gamora that he fell in love with.
The real Gamora. That's what I mean by that.
Gamora, the Gamora is the real Gamora that's there, but I know
you know what I mean.
No,
the original Gamora.
That's the original.
The
Gamora.
OG.
Okay.
Original Gamora. OG.
It'll be the OGG.
OGGG. Yeah, bro. We have. Oh man, I'm sorry. Whoops.
Don't you say whoops?
Well, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I mean, I don't know. I want to know. I want to see more of like this, like continuation of like Kang and timelines and manias.
Well, you're gonna get Loki season 2 in this summer.
Okay, so
which you're gonna see Kang because Loki started. I think that end credit scene was just a teaser for Loki season 2.
Yeah,
like that's connecting it right there. But yeah, we have Guardians of the Galaxy. Quantumania we just watched that. Then they have Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sorry. Well, What If is going to be coming out another season of What If.
I haven't seen the first one.
Secret Invasion's coming out in spring.
Okay.
I think that's a show, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
May 5th. Loki season. It's going to be. And then you got Echo. Remember that was the deaf girl in Hawkeye?
Oh, that's her.
She fought with the tracksuit gang.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
in June. The
but
Marvels.
That's not in the MCU.
It's not, but it is.
It's not.
It's not, but it is.
It is not in the MCU.
No, it's connected.
No.
Everything now is, bro. The whole time thing, everything connects now.
No, but that one doesn't, because that's a Sony. That's a Sony product.
I mean, I literally looked MCU.
I know, but
and this came up. So I'm just reading off a list. It's
I
not
know.
what I think.
I'm just saying, like,
well, I'm just telling you.
That's a Sony.
Well, you're gonna have to email Forbes.com.
I will.
So and then
because that's a Sony in-house project.
So are you gonna tell me with that logic that all the new Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland is not in the MCU?
No, because the Tom Holland ones are owned by Disney and Marvel.
But they're shot by Sony. Right?
No, they're shot by Marvel Studios.
It's just the character is owned by Sony.
The other two are owned by Sony.
Well, no, the character Spider-Man is owned by Sony.
Right.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Tom Holland, they're just borrowing him.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
You got the Marvels in June. Ironheart this fall. Kraven the Hunter. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have X-Men. Agatha. Winter 2023 or beginning of 2024.
The X-Men one is a show.
Yeah, I know. And then you got Daredevil in 2024.
Nice.
Captain America New World Order 2024. Thunderbolts 2024. Blade is in 2024. I think it ends with Blade.
I don't think it ends with Blade. Well, Phase 5. I think Phase 5 ends sometime next year.
2024.
Yeah. Because they've already announced all the movies for Phase 7 and 8. It's going into 2030.
Yeah, it is.
That's a long time.
I mean, I guess
They've been doing this since 2012.
I mean, I guess the only way to find out, Blade might end Phase 5. It might.
It might.
Yeah, because 2025 is the first movie in 2025 is going to be. Well, it says you'll have Fantastic Four, Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars. I got to look it up. This one's not that good. But yeah, so there's some good stuff. And then you got Mandalorian and stuff coming out too.
Yeah.
So are you hopeful for this phase that it's going to redeem MCU?
Yeah, I am.
It better.
Yeah.
It better redeem it. So what would you rate this movie?
I would give this movie 4 stars.
4.
I really enjoyed it.
I'm right there with you. 4 stars. If Kang would have killed Scott Lang, it would have been 5 for me.
Yeah.
I just felt like that would have made the movie over the top. And
over the top.
Over the yop.
That's a Sylvester Stallone movie. It's a truck driver, and he arm wrestles.
Interesting. Always combat with this guy with his hands.
He's a fighter.
He's a handyman.
Speaking of Sylvester Stallone in combat, Creed 3.
Yeah, Creed
comes
3.
out next month.
Still gotta watch the first 2.
They're good.
Not just boxing movies. And if they're anything like Rocky, I can predict how the movies are gonna go.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 stars. I recommend anybody go watch this movie. It's great. Honestly.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
One of the better MCU movies.
Can you look up, since it's Monday, can you look up the box office numbers for opening weekend for domestic?
Domestic violence?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's 2. There's domestic, which is us, and then there's like the worldwide, which is like worldwide release. It's got to be in the millions already. Couple million.
Last I read, it was like 14 million.
Yeah. So that's quite a couple.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania opened with 104 million in domestic ticket sales.
Opened.
That's us buying them, like ticket sales, like us, right?
Yeah.
So, according to studio estimates, Sunday, easily surpassing the box office debuts of the previous 2 Ant-Man films, Disney's Quantumania added another 121.3 million overseas to give the pint-sized hero a 225 million global launch.
For opening weekend. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Because like I was wondering what was that. What was the numbers? Because like it was packed. Like even all the way down.
It tops
the very
box office.
first like row. Like it was like sold out.
Yeah, it says right here.
And we got the 8 p.m. showing.
It says Ant-Man 3 Quantumania tops box office with 104 million first weekend.
That's crazy. Because like we got the 8 p.m. showing, but if you went on the website to buy the tickets, there was an 8 p.m., 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11:30,
all of those were booked.
12:30.
I know all those were booked.
Yeah, even to like the final one, which was like midnight and a half, which was 12:30. Like
all of them were booked.
Man, all of them were probably sold out. And they started. So for certain movies, they'll open the theater a lot earlier. Like the very first ticket you could buy was like 9:30 in the morning. And I'm pretty sure that was sold out. Because people take off for work.
Or they'll switch their schedule to work later.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
It was well worth it.
It was. I enjoyed it.
Movie was great. 4 out of 4 stars for me. 4 out of 5 stars.
4 out of 4? Hey, man, that's perfect score.
4 out of 5 stars for me. Recommend you go watch it. Please go watch it. Yeah, and thank you guys for subscribing, liking, commenting, and everything.
Hold on now.
What?
I was at the store the other day, and I thought of this or that.
Oh. Well, hit me with it.
All right, you ready?
It better be a good one.
All right.
Better be better than Savannah's.
Gummy bears or gummy worms?
Sour gummy worms or regular?
Well, no, hold on. I don't think there's any sour gummy bears.
No, I said that's what I'm saying. Sour gummy worms or regular?
Regular.
Over gummy bears?
Yeah.
I'm going gummy worms.
Me too. Sour gummy worms or sour Skittles?
Sour gummy worms.
Yeah.
Bro, I love the blue.
Yeah, the blue.
The blues, the sour blue with the red.
Mm-hmm.
Or
yeah.
Elite candy.
Those are the best.
Candy's not chocolate, and chocolate is not candy.
We've already established this.
Candy.
This is candy coated chocolate.
Ah!
It's candy coated chocolate.
CCC. Triple C.
Candy coated chocolate.
So yeah. You heard it here first. Gummy worms over gummy bears and sour gummy worms over sour Skittles.
Or Sour Patch Kids.
Yep. And those two.
Yep.
Them patchy kids. Sour attitudes.
First they're sour, then they're sweet.
They're never
and they
sweet.
get stuck in your teeth.
So yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in, subscribing, liking, commenting. It was a weird 2 weeks. I think it was good to take these 2 weeks off, but next time we do this, we'll let you guys know when we take a week off. But yeah.
Yeah, just circumstances. Yeah, things just happening. It was.
But yeah, you guys will get more from us weekly. Our regular schedule like we were. But yeah, go watch Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Let us know what you think. Let us know in the comments section. What you thought about the movie, because we'd love to converse with you.
Yeah. And if you're going to be commenting about the movie, I know we went spoiler heavy in this episode, but
spoil it.
In the beginning of the movie, just be civilized about it.
Just
be civil.
Comment your star rating.
Comment your thoughts. Comment your stars.
You can't tell them to comment their thoughts and not tell
them. You can comment your thoughts without spoiling the movie. Be like, I didn't like it. Or you can be like, I liked it.
Well, if they say I didn't like it, I'm going to say, why didn't you like it? And they're going to spoil it. But anyways, thank you guys so much. You guys have a great night. Thank you for tuning in to episode 27. We're 3 more till 30. So
3 more till 30.
Thank you guys for jumping on this journey with us. And next Marvel movie will be Guardians of the Galaxy. But we're going to be reviewing Mandalorian as well. So we will see you guys soon.
It's going to be very
See you next week. Marvel. You guys have a great night. And always remember, let's be real, man. Just always be real. Be true to yourself. And it's fine. I'm fine. We're fine. Good night.